Hey guys, looks like Shape of Dreams is officially out. Yesterday I did a live stream of it for about 2 hours just to check the game out, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. But I love playing games on my Steam Deck. So I wanted to see what kind of performance we're getting on the Steam Deck, as well as go through a quick run and just see how the game overall feels on the Steam Deck. Now, I actually have my Steam Deck on a dock, and I'm using an HD60S so that I can display it on a monitor. That is, however, going to put the game at 1080p by default, and the screen on the Steam Deck is only 800p. So I am also going to try lossless scaling to see if that helps make the game look a little better on the deck itself when docked. So let's go ahead and load up the game and just see what kind of performance we get, as well as test out lossless scaling. Okay, we are officially in the game. I am currently getting 33 frames per second on whatever the default settings are. I have not checked them, so let's look at that real fast. Also, I am using an external controller since I am in docked mode. So let's look at graphics. I have it at 1080p, borderless, VSync is off. It is frame rate capped at 60 for the menu, which is fine. And then the game is uncapped. So medium, and then a bunch of high. So, okay, let's go to Dream Alone. Loading time isn't very bad. That's nice. And let's just start a run. And that's, yeah, that 43 seconds was me just making sure the game opened up properly on the Steam Deck before even making this video. Okay, we're in the game now, and it seems to run just fine. It is running at about 30 frames per second, which isn't the best, but this is on a lot of high settings, only a few that were actually set to medium. I want to go ahead and jump into an actual level, and let's see if that performance stays when there's a bunch of people on screen. It really does seem to be sitting right about 30, even with people on the screen. That's nice. Now, granted, this is at 1080p as opposed to the screen's 800p that's built in on the Steam Deck. Yeah, it seems to really stick. I want to turn on lossless scaling though and see if that has any real benefit to it. Now my Steam Deck is over here. I'm going to use that to press the button because honestly I don't remember what the key combo is on a controller. Let's just put it at 2 times. And we're sitting right about 60 now. Okay. Let's see if this continues, if we see a lot of ghosting or anything like that. Okay, so we are now in a level. I mean, it is holding 60 strong. And again, this is at 1080p. I would not be mad about this at all playing it on my TV. It looks fine to me. I'm not seeing a ton of ghosting, even though it is using lossless scaling. Yeah, even like just moving the cursor all around, I'm really not getting a lot of ghosting. Some dips into the lower 50s, honestly, not bad at all. And of course, you could always lock it to, say, 50 frames per second if you wanted, and just be consistently there instead. I really do love these incendiary rounds. There's nothing more fun than just shooting a bunch of those real quick. All right, so we do have a memory remnant. Let's go ahead and grab that. Vile Strike. Let's give it a shot. Okay, then reappear the target location, slashing enemies. Nice. Okay, I like it. Let's go ahead and go this way. I want to go ahead and make sure I have an extra connector so I get another level just to see if there's anything fun. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it like strikes right towards them. do notice that our frame rate is dropping a bit. We are now more at the 45 to 50 range. Again, though, this is at 1080p, so it's going to be a higher resolution than on the handheld itself. In fact, let's go ahead and, just for my sake, because I like to see what kind of things we can see, let's bring up more performance information. This is going to give us a really good idea of what's going on, how much is being used, all of that information that we can't see normally. So let's go ahead and go to the next level. It's a merchant. Darn it. I was hoping that we could do one more battle before we had to fight the boss, but we'll see. So around here, frame rate's sticking about 43% or 43 frames. It looks like we could do this level though. Seems to be really holding at about 60 now. You know, I'm not mad about this at all. I think it runs great on the deck, and I think anyone that wants to try this game out would have a really good experience with it on the deck. And honestly, if you don't have lossless scaling and you're still stuck at like the 30 frames per second, I don't think it's that bad. And I think that you would have an enjoyable experience even if you were docked. I'm gonna let that actually recharge back up real fast. There we go. Because when I walk in here, we'll get the little cutscene. I'm gonna skip because I've now seen it quite a few times. These incendiary rounds really do a lot of damage. It's so great. And you can dive in with my left bumper and then dive right out. This is actually a really fun build. There we go. Defeat an enemy while they have 30 or more fire stacks. Cool, new achievement. So now we're gonna go ahead and update something. I want to update. Let's do Vile Strike. Okay, we're now at the Forgotten Cave of Naraka. Let's go ahead and just look around. Looks like there's something right there. There's a well or a shrine. We could use that. Get our health back up. Let's go to the next level. I love it's like a tactical nuke. I'm gonna increase my attack speed. Still sticking at pretty much 60. I mean, it might have just needed to cache some information first. Seems like it's actually running better now than it was when I first loaded into it. Let's see what we get. Area damage and restore ally health. I'm gonna go ahead and dismantle that. Anything worth buying? Restore health. Yes, I want to get that. Any kind of health restoration is going to help. I don't think I can pick it up. Because I didn't read it properly, that's why. There's nothing to pick up. Okay. And that tactical nuke is where it's at right there. Cooldown reduction. I'm gonna put that on the incendiary rounds, although it's already pretty quick. I mean, 6 seconds is not something I'm gonna complain about for this. That guy looks like he just needs to get nuked real fast. I'm getting all the fire stacks this run. This is great. Hitting enemy stacks. Ooh. Let's do that on this one. Sweet. All right. I'll be honest, I've just been kind of playing and not really paying attention to the stats as much, but I feel like it's really just sticking at 60 at this point. This is definitely playable on the Steam Deck. Loving the lossless scaling. And this build is fantastic. Right. Another memory remnant. Let's just mention that. All right, we'll go to the next level. No problem. Every time you attack an enemy, the cooldown is reduced. I want that. I want it where every time I attack an enemy, the cooldown of my incendiary rounds is reduced. All right, let's go ahead and fight the boss and see if we can't beat this one now. All right, we are already full health. No reason to waste our time with that. Oh, I don't think I've been able to beat this guy yet. Okay, the incendiary rounds with that crystal to make it cool down way faster is amazing. This might be my favorite build. He's immune. Gotta do some dodging, I think. Ooh, that's not good. I could not dodge out fast enough. It was a pretty good run, though. 71,000 points. I'm not going to complain. But again, this is running on the Steam Deck, docked, playing at 1080p on an external monitor. If this was on my TV, I would be super excited, which is why I have a dock at my TV, by the way. But I think it's definitely playable. I think it's a really fun game as well. I don't know. If you like roguelikes, I think I would definitely recommend this one. Not that this video is about really a review on it, more just the performance. But if you do like this kind of gameplay, I think this is a really fun one to check out. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or any comments that you would like, please leave them in the comment section below, as well as like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.